Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the end of the inaugural session. May I request the eminent panelist on the stage for a group photograph before we proceed for tea? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a small appreciation memento by Kangaroo. We now move to session 1, Funding Afro-Asia's Loss and Damage over Climate Change. The session will be chaired by Her Excellency Stella. Joining us on the panel are eminent speakers. Special address by Ambassador A.R. Ghanshyam, Major Mr. Abhimanyu Raja and Nandini Gaur. May I request them on stage? Let me introduce the panelists to the audience. Her Excellency Stella Nkomo is the newly appointed Zimbabwean ambassador to India and has been appointed after her tenure as the CEO of his Zimbabwe International Trade Fair. Her Excellency has been instrumental in modernizing the trade fair and enhancing its international profile, making it a key event for business networking and economic development in Zimbabwe. She has also been involved in initiatives promoting economic growth and development in Zimbabwe, focusing on leveraging tourism and trade to attract investment and boosting the country's economy. As the Zimbabwean ambassador to India, Her Excellency aims to strengthen diplomatic and economic ties between Zimbabwe and India, promoting Zimbabwe as a premier investment destination and enhancing bilateral relations through various initiatives. Her strategic focus is on leveraging tourism and trade to drive economic growth and attract investment. Ambassador A.R. Ghanshyam, IFS retired, is the editor of Global Dialogue Review. He previously served with distinction as India's ambassador to Angola and High Commissioner to Nigeria. An alumnus of Indian Institute of Management at Ahmedabad, he is an advisor and a commentator on foreign policy and energy issues at senior levels. Mr. Abhimanyu Raja, Managing Director, JNU Technologies Mumbai, is an engineer turned entrepreneur with more than 2 decades of experience in strategic planning, operation, finance, and administration. His company focuses on providing portable robotics and remotely operated solutions and services to improve safety and productivity in non-conductive work of environment and is dealing with hazardous application. Ms. Nandini Gore is a distinguished advocate on record with over 3 decades of experience practicing before the Supreme Court of India. She is a senior partner at Karanjwal & Co., a leading litigation law firm in India. Ms. Nandini has received numerous awards, including the Prominent Woman in Law Award, Leader in Law for Commercial Litigation and Mediation in India, and Woman Changemaker of the Year 2023. She is a certified mediator and has been participating as speakers at global conferences. Thank you. I now hand over the proceeding to the session chair.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Is it still morning? Good morning to everyone. Allow me to write on the protocols that has already been established with a special reference to my panelists and our predecessors who came and gave us a very robust interaction on climate change. I recall what Mr. Moses said when he said that we face a contemporary existential crisis because of climate change. I think all of us in this room, we have had, one way or the other, come into contact with the effects of climate change, and what a time to talk about these issues than today. So allow me to just give a brief backdrop before I hand over to my distinguished panelists that are eagerly waiting to interrogate the topic at hand. Allow me to open up by a quotation from Oxfam, which says that the world has entered a new and dangerous era of climate change impacts, causing huge loss and damage and driving up inequality in the world's poorest countries and communities that have contributed least to the climate crisis. New research by Oxfam estimates that funding requirements for UN humanitarian appeals linked to extreme weather are 8 times higher than they were 20 years ago, and over the past 5 years, nearly half of appeal requirements have gone unmet. The impact of climate change is increasingly evident across Afro-Asia, a region that encompasses sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. Both areas face significant climate-related challenges, such as frequent extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptions to agriculture. These challenges, esteemed guests, manifest what we call loss and damage, a term used to describe the impacts of climate change that cannot be avoided through adaptation efforts alone. Therefore, addressing these impacts requires substantial and effective funding. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite our esteemed panelists to come and talk to us about the funding, Afro-Asia's loss and damage over climate change. And we are privileged this morning to receive a special address by His Excellency Ambassador A.R. Ganeshan, who's the former India's High Commissioner to Nigeria. Sir, allow me to invite you to the podium.